19 times the Illini have taken the court this year. 19 times they have emerged victorious. But tonight, they're here in one of the toughest places to play in America, the Kohl Center in Madison. It is an understatement to say that the toughest ticket in town tonight is right here with the Kohl Center. One of the most heavily anticipated games of the college basketball season. Will the Illini lose for the first time this year? Will the Badgers run their home court winning streak to a nation's best 39? Illinois 5-0 in the conference. Wisconsin is 4-1. Their only loss at Indiana. And yes, this Wisconsin home court winning streak easily the longest in the nation, 13 ahead of Oklahoma State. Hi, everybody. Dan Shulman and Dick Vitale, better than 17,000 members of the Grateful Red here at the Kohl Center. You're pumped up. They're pumped up. And you know what? That sign said it best. Something's got to give tonight.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Dan. When you take a look at this Illinois team, very athletic, very quick. They have a dynamite trio on the perimeter. And with perimeter play, you got a great chance to win. On the other side, you look at Wisconsin. They do a great defense. They share the basketball. They're so unselfish. And I'll tell you a stat, Dan, that blows my mind. 26-0 in the Big Ten at home under Bo Ryan with a margin differential of 15.3. That is absolutely amazing.
A phenomenal run for Bo Ryan. A phenomenal year so far this year for Bruce Weber and the Illini. How big, how important is this game here in Madison tonight? Let's find out from the third member of our team, Aaron Andrews.
Well, Dan, a tough ticket and a tough media credential to come by. Wisconsin gave out 217 press passes tonight compared to their normal 120. They actually had to turn down 15 to 20 media outlets. Not enough room on press row tonight. Some of the media members back in the press room watching the game. Also, ticket-wise, this lower bowl, I talked to some Illini fans on eBay the past 2 days. Tickets have been going anywhere from $800 to $1,200, guys.
Wow. I'm glad we didn't have to pay that much money to get into this game here tonight. Let's take a look at our Star Watch. Luther Head and Mike Wilkinson. Dick, maybe two of the leading candidates for Player of the Year in the Big Ten this year.
Wilkinson has been absolutely sensational. Head certainly has been a real steady force for Illinois. But Wilkinson's been on fire. 28 and 15 against Michigan. 3 of the last 4 games. He's been a double-double guy. Plus, his beautiful young lady sang the national anthem, right. Alexis, and they're 16-0 when she sings the national anthem.
It doesn't matter who sings the anthem. They win. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Sonic. At one change, Bo Ryan of Wisconsin has decided to go small. He's going to try to match speed with speed. Cameron Taylor will start at the backcourt for Wisconsin. He's a blur just like D. Brown. Bo Ryan paid his dues, didn't he? At Division III, Wisconsin Platteville won 4 Division III national championships. Then, now he's having a great run at Wisconsin after a couple of years at UWM. Bruce Weber, who went to Wisconsin to Milwaukee, an assistant to Gene Cady, 5 years at Southern Illinois. Now his second year at Illinois. The Illini are the #1 team in the nation.
Well, Bruce Weber was 19 years of age when the last time a #1 team came to Madison. And that was Indiana, and they went undefeated 32-0 to win the national title.
Luther Head very quick to the basketball as Wisconsin should have controlled the tap. Illinois in road orange, Wisconsin in home white.
Illinois really dominated on the perimeter. 3 great guards.
Augustine inside, and he's fouled. D. Brown with a nice feed. Inside, the Wisconsin Badgers, as we mentioned, have the longest home court winning streak in Division I college basketball. 38 in a row, winning by an average of better than 20 points per game. Almost lost to Illinois a couple of years ago. And Dick, almost lost to Michigan State a week ago Sunday. We're down 8 points with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, and they ripped off 11 in a row. Played brilliantly at the end, especially Wilkinson. And then Taylor had the big shot to give them the lead. But you know what's amazing? He's only lost 2 games here as a coach at this floor. Won to Temple when Lynn Greer had 47 and lost to Wake Forest here.
Phenomenal. The foul, by the way, was on Sharif Chambliss. And James Augustine knocks down the free throws, an early 2-0 lead for the Illini.
Man-to-man defense, a lot of pressure on the basketball, try to disrupt their system.
Wisconsin, generally a very patient team offensively. Cameron Taylor, who's become a real factor and earns a start tonight, draws them even at 2.
What they do really well, Wisconsin, shot selection. Always take good shots. They don't beat themselves. Bad pass right there.
They generally don't turn it over either. They're great at a lot of those intangible stats. They get good shots. They don't foul. They don't turn it over. But Taylor's the guy. If anybody in America can keep up with D. Brown, it might be Cameron Taylor.
Well, that's why they're starting him, trying to utilize his speed and quickness because Brown is a one-man fast break.
Chambliss is on Darren Williams. Clayton Hansen, a former walk-on and a very good defender, is on Luther Head, who's been Illinois' best player of late. There he is on the drive, rattles out on him, and the rebound to the Badgers.
Last year in 3 games against Wisconsin, Head really struggled in those 3 games. Had a total of 28 points and shot 8 for 26 against the Badger defense.
Wisconsin took 2 out of 3 last year. A block by Augustine, and the big man's off to the races.
I tell you, he can run, and if he gets confidence early, that's a big plus for the Fighting Illini.
You think about their guard stick, but Powell and Augustine up front are pretty good as well.
You know, I spoke to Lauren Tate earlier today as you watch the block shot, and there's the conversion. He's the radio guy, a columnist over in Champaign, and we were talking about this team. This team, to me, they're not going to get beaten in Champaign. If they're going to lose, it's going to be either here or up at the Breslin against Michigan State.
And we'll have that game for you 1 week from tonight, 7 Eastern, right here on ESPN. Taylor. And a fortunate bounce there for Wisconsin. Wilkinson inside draws the foul. And nobody in the Big Ten is playing better basketball in the last couple of weeks than Mike Wilkinson.
Well, Wilkinson went that up and under move. Great head fake to get himself fouled. Took it up strong. He's got good touch.
A 5th-year senior out of Blue Mounds, Wisconsin. An agricultural business management major. His girlfriend, Alexis, she can't bear to look when he's taking free throws. She turns her back on the action.
Yeah, she said, I don't want to watch. However, Darren Williams' girlfriend, Amy Young, says, I watch all the time. She doesn't want to look. Look at her. I'll tell you what, it pays to be a basketball star. She's got the whole package.
Mike Wilkinson wants to, at some point, after his basketball days are done, go back to the farm, go back to a farm and get into farming. But he's playing so well right now, he's decided he's going to take basketball as far as it'll take him.
He's going to make a lot of cash at the next level. He will definitely get a chance to play at the next level. Great.
Darren Williams lost Sharif Chambliss, 6'3" Illinois.
Darren Williams, an All-American, very strong physically, excellent passer, averaging better than 7 assists a game.
Well, that's the beauty of the Illinois backcourt. You've got 3 guys who can dish the ball. All 3 are averaging at least 4 assists per game.
Key to the game is tempo. You have to be able to create a fast tempo if you're Illinois. You want to play at a little quicker pace.
D. Brown, Luther Head. The 3 is there, and the Illini are off to a great start here in Madison, and they forced Bo Ryan to take an early timeout.
They really are so focused. The one thing that happens when you get the early lead, you knock out the crowd. You want to knock out the crowd. And they're a very unselfish basketball team. Both these clubs are. We're going to see the little cut. They run a nice back screen. There's the cut, the layup, the good angle. Angles are so important. Now watch D. Brown. He's going to find the open 3-point shooter. They square up right at the line, and Luther Head has been on fire all year.
For more on D. Brown, one of the igniters for the Illini, let's go back to Aaron Andrews.
Well, guys, D. Brown, such great, strong hands, despite having a left crooked pinky finger. I talked to him about it today. He said it was an injury he got in high school. He said he worked on his hands when he was younger. His dad used to make him do push-ups on his fingertips. He also played with guys growing up that would pass the ball so hard that he would work on not popping his pinky in and out of place. Kind of gross. Guys, also a side note, he used to eat carrots so much to help his vision on the court. He tells me now he eats about a pack a week, guys.
Hey, Aaron, I tried to eat carrots. It didn't help me. I'm blind on my left eye. It didn't work for me.
D. Brown and Luther Head and Darren Williams, arguably, if not certainly, the best backcourt in the nation, Dick, and we've seen evidence of that already here tonight. Clayton Hansen, a good shooter, gets the hometown bounce.
He made 5 big threes against Michigan State. He can shoot it. Came here as a walk-on, originally committed to the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee.
When Bo Ryan was there, Coach Ryan came to Madison. He offered to Clayton Hansen a spot as a walk-on. Now he's become a starter.
What they do an amazing job of is force you to play 5-on-5. They don't allow you to just go up and down the floor in transition. That's one of their keys when you look at Wisconsin.
But watch an Illinois possession and watch how many passes they make. Shot clock now down to 5. Head, the one-on-one move, goes right past Hansen for the layup.
Luther Head may be this year the most valuable player in the Big Ten. That's how good he has been.
Came into the season as a vastly underrated player, had an abdominal problem a couple of years ago, had some off-the-court legal issues last year, actually offered to quit the team, and Bruce Weber said, don't quit the team. Just become a good guy, become a good citizen. We need you on this team. Underneath, Orlando Tucker, no. Wilkinson, and it's out of bounds to Illinois. The Badger fans thought he got pushed out of bounds.
Watch this nice drive by Luther Head. He got the opening right there, sees the seam, sees the gap. Played at Manly High School in Chicago. Finally, they broke that barrier to get in Chicago and get some players. Same high school I produced years ago, Russell Cross, who played for Purdue.
And Dick Luther Head is the leading scorer on this Illinois team, almost 17 points per game.
Well, they got such great balance. Those three on the perimeter are reminiscent to me of '97 when Arizona won the national title with Dickerson, Bibby, and Simon.
Round the miss. And it'll be Wisconsin basketball when we come back on their feet at the Kohl Center here in Madison. Back in the beautiful capital city of the state of Wisconsin here in Madison. Dan Shulman and Dick Vitale along with Aaron Andrews here tonight at the Kohl Center, where the #1 and unbeaten Illinois Fighting Illini have an early 5-point lead on Wisconsin. You'd think playing in Champaign you could be relatively anonymous, but as the Illini have played better and better this year, Aaron Andrews will tell us they've become like rock stars, right, Aaron?
That's exactly right. Bruce Weber telling us it's a lot like the paparazzi following him. At a point sometime this year, they were at a Chicago hotel, Bruce Weber told us. He said there was a bar mitzvah party going on right by the team's pregame dinner. He said the kids at the bar mitzvah party realized who the Illinois players were. They started leaving the party, throwing their yarmulkes at the Illinois players, begging them to sign it. The rabbi from the bar mitzvah party came over and apologized to Coach Weber and said, I'm so sorry to break up your team dinner. Coach Weber said, I'm so sorry to break up your party. Darren Williams quote, guys, I've never signed a yarmulke before in my life.
That would have been my guess, too. Great story, Aaron. And Bruce Weber, things have gotten so out of hand. Bruce Weber actually has shielded his players from the media the last 3 or 4 days until they get through this game. Jack Ingram into the game for the Illini, misses the jumper. James Augustine on that last play before the break, Dick, picked up his second foul, and he's gone to the bench.
You know, following up on Aaron's story, Malcolm Moran in USA Today last Thursday did a major story about all those facts, and it was really an interesting story, how they have become so big, especially in Champaign.
Ray Nixon, Zach Morley into the game, and now for Wisconsin. Both of these teams a legitimate 9 deep. Here's Chambliss from the corner.
Transfer from out of Penn State. Been asked to be a point guard, handle a basketball. Remember, they lose Devin Harris, #5 in the NBA draft for the Dallas Mavericks.
And Boo Wade, who also would have been a starter, was last year, left the program. So their starting backcourt from last year, both of them are gone. A rebound for Zach Morley, a real energy guy, and a guy, he hasn't scored much lately, but he had 6 threes at Purdue. He can light it up on occasion.
Oh, yeah, a lot of experience. And you talk about Nixon's a fine athlete.
Here he is, Nixon from the baseline.
He can shoot it. They got great balance. They got 7 guys that average anywhere from 7 to 15 points a game. Great balance. One of the reasons they win, they have good players. Yep. Let's not kid ourselves. They have good players who play in a system and understand strengths and weaknesses of each other.
Yeah, and Bo Ryan feels that system allows the whole to be greater than the sum of the parts. Both of these teams are incredibly unselfish, but they've got a different style of basketball. Roger Powell from outside, and the 6'6" power forward knocks down a 3.
They struggled against Iowa. One of the reasons, it was the gutty, tough kids of Iowa, but also the fact that Powell on the interior and Augustine between them were 3 for 21.
Yeah, the closest Illinois has come to losing this year. Last Thursday at home against Iowa, blew a big lead, had to win in overtime. The closest Wisconsin has come to losing at home in the last couple of years against Michigan State a week ago Sunday. How about Ray Nixon's contributions off the bench?
I'll tell you, Nixon steps up, gives them that productivity, but as you said earlier, they can go 9 deep.
D. Brown. Hey, we got ourselves a shooting gallery here tonight.
Well, he can shoot the rock. D is so quick. He's a one-man fast break in transition. Plays some point guard when Darren Williams goes to the sideline.
Since they came out of that last timeout, Dick, Wisconsin's made 3 threes. Illinois made 2.
And there's some tough defense. Look at a hand right in his face.
Nixon was feeling it maybe a little bit too much right there.
That was a bad shot. Yep. Normally they don't take bad shots.
Look at this drive. Look at this move by Luther Head. Is he terrific?
He's 6'3", he's so athletic. You know, Coach Weber gave him a second opportunity. Made some mistakes, but he took really advantage of the second chance, and he's really had a great year.
And there are those who feel as good as Brown is, as good as Williams is, that Head might be the most valuable player in the Illini this year. Morley has it taken away. D. Brown, 3-on-2 Illinois.
He's a jet with the rock in his hands.
Darren Williams muscles his way in for 2 more.
What a combination. They love playing with each other, so unselfish, and that's how you win. I think the best analogy when you think about Wisconsin, Gary Williams told me, he said they have an Ivy League mentality, but they play their scholarship players. He said they have no agendas, don't worry about the NBA, they just worry about playing together as a team.
And again, the extra pass, you'll see a lot of that from both teams. 24-footer by Chambliss.
Great job of reversing the basketball, making the one extra pass for the open shot.
And we've got a foul on that drive by Darren Williams. The crowd doesn't like that. What a start here in this game tonight, and the Illini are showing why they're #1.
Well, there's the jump shot from the wing. Mr. D. Brown knocks it down. And then we watch the drive on a baseline by Luther Head. And now we're going to watch Darren Williams with that turn in the lane. Oh, we got ourselves a super scintillating night.
Back here in Madison, what a start to this game. #1 Illinois leading Wisconsin by 3. Dan Schulman, Dick Vitale. To win 38 in a row at home, which the Badgers have done, obviously you need a lot of talent. But other than that, what are the intangibles that Wisconsin has?
Well, first of all, they have a great team concept. They really love playing with each other. When we talk about an anatomy of the streak, to be able to have a great streak like this, you have to have a system. You have to believe in that system. And you got to believe right here to be unselfish, establish tempo. You control the tempo. You got to feel the crowd, and you don't beat yourselves. Bobby Knight told me this earlier this week. He said, #1, if you're going to beat this Wisconsin team, you're going to earn it. You're going to beat them. They're not going to take bad shots, and they're not going to stop defending. And that's what good teams do. And they're so unselfish. As I said earlier, they don't have an agenda. They're not worried about NBA. They're not thinking about all the other factors involved to be big man on campus. They just simply want to win.
Andreas Helmig, a 25-year-old senior from Austria, checks in for Wisconsin. Darren Williams misses the first free throw. Nick Smith, 7'2", the tallest player in Illini history. And Rich McBride, number 33, he's kind of the 4th guard. He'll sub in when any of the big 3 go out. They're fresh faces on the floor right now for Illinois.
And McBride likes to shoot the 3. I think out of all his shots, 64, 57 of them in threes.
A very competitive start to this game. Illinois has lost their last 5 times up here. Their last regular season loss to anybody was in this building last year.
Nice pass.
Hansen inside, and he is clubbed to the floor.
Great
Nice
bounce
by
pass.
Chambliss.
Great bounce pass by Chambliss. Good angle, 45-degree angle, making that entry.
Hey, Dick, more great action tomorrow night, 7 Eastern here on ESPN in Marquette and Louisville in a big battle in Conference USA. And then you've got a dandy on your hands at 9 Eastern down at Cameron Indoor Stadium. John Gilchrist and the Terps taking on All-America candidate, one of the best shooters in the nation, J.J. Redick of the Blue Devils, tomorrow night.
Well, he and Sheldon Williams are having a great year. Gary Williams' club is going to come in angry after losing to NC State. Hey, you mentioned right now, you talk about Louisville, you talk about the best margin of differential in the nation. Louisville's #1, North Carolina 2, Duke's 3, Oklahoma State 4, and Illinois is 5.
Hansen at the line, misses the second. The foul was on Nick Smith. His first. Orlando Tucker back into the game now for Wisconsin. It's 6'5", guarding 7'2", Nick Smith.
I'll tell you what's impressive in their win over Michigan. Tucker and Chambliss were 0 for 13, yet they win the game.
Amazing.
On the road.
A double-digit win on the road, and Tucker missed a few minutes. He's had a recurring foot problem. Missed the Ohio State game and missed parts of the Michigan State and Michigan wins. Tucker taps it over to Taylor, Wisconsin ball.
I'll tell you right now, early in this game, even though they're behind, they really got tempo basically their way, Wisconsin. Not allowing them to get in transition.
Chambliss, a quick shot. Can't come up with a rebound. Illinois on the run. This is where they're lethal.
And see, great job of getting back in defensive transition by Wisconsin, finding a man and making you play him 5-on-5.
Dick, there's a great note in the Wisconsin stats that they
look at the mismatch inside.
Yep. 7-2 on 6-2. Never mind. Jumper from the wing, a 2 for Darren Williams.
You know, Williams got in foul trouble against Iowa. Missed a lot of minutes in that game. Luther had made a big play late in that game. Also had a career-high 6 steals. And let me tell you, Iowa's very good.
Yes,
I mean, they got 4 teams this year in the Big Ten that are locks for the NCAA.
Tucker mishandles the pass. Another turnover, the 4th committed by the Badgers.
Williams is so heady with the basketball.
Bruce Weber likes to say D. Brown is the speed and Darren Williams is the smooth. Luther head. Nice look. Ingram. Better look in the corner. McBride, no.
And that's what McBride does. Looks to shoot the 3. Oh, look at this mismatch down here. Look at this. 6-2 on 7-2. Unbelievable. He's saying, get me the ball. Please get me the ball. Look at the frustration. Look at the frustration on Nick Smith. He's from out of Tampa. I was teasing him before the game. I said, getting out of here for sunshine? He said, no, the one time I went there was cold.
I think Aaron Andrews told me that he went to the same high school that she did down in Tampa.
Wow.
Mike Wilkinson has returned to the game and now for Wisconsin. Ray Nixon back in as well. He hit a couple of big threes.
So far, they've contained Wilkinson, who's been on fire lately. They've been able to control him early in this game.
First foul on Roger Powell Jr., a licensed minister.
Yeah,
so
they call him Reverend.
Yeah.
Grateful Red fans really love. Look at this stuff. Good shots. If they get an opportunity, they're going to knock down those shots. One thing that bothers me with Illinois defensively, look at the field goal percentage in the Big Ten. It's better than 46% teams are shooting against them. That's a stat that would bother me if I was Bruce Weber, who, by the way, finally won the kids over after a slow situation last year. Finished 13-3, won the Big Ten outright for the first time since 1952.
And then lost in the Big Ten championship to Wisconsin down in Indianapolis. Smith tries to keep it alive, and the big guy runs it down.
Tried to dump it inside, taking advantage of his size.
Look at Williams. Boy, is he strong. What a spin move in the paint.
Now, I don't want people to say that I'm saying that he's Jason Kidd, but he's got a version of his game that's reminiscent of Jason Kidd.
He's got 9 points already here tonight. Both teams shooting over 50%.
Both executing exceptionally well, focused. You can see on every pass.
What a clean look for Nixon. His 3rd 3 of the game.
He has been the star coming off that bench. Wide open shots. Illinois got to shut down some people. They're giving up wide open opportunities.
Nixon, a 6'8" junior out of Milwaukee, has brought the fans back to their feet. The Badgers are 6 for 9 from 3-point range.
That'll help you continue to win, huh?
Like reminiscent of Villanova against Kansas on Saturday afternoon.
Wow, was that a blowout?
Smith can shoot it, not this time. And the rebound to the Badgers. They've got a chance to tie or take the lead.
My guy Digger on game day projected that to happen.
He did.
He said something would have the big game.
What a move by Wilkinson, and we're tied.
I like him. He will play at the next level. He reminds me of Austin Crozier, and I'll tell you where I heard that. I heard that from Bo Ryan, who along with Lon Kruger coached internationally in '95, and they had Austin from out of Providence, and he said he reminds him so much of Austin.
Mike Wilkinson, the Big Ten Player of the Week, each of the last 2 weeks. Now Morley rips down the rebound, and it's bedlam here at the Kohl Center right now.
Everybody playing with intensity.
Boy, D. Brown's got quick hands.
Oh, yeah, look at those hands.
What hands?
Look at the speed now. You're not going to catch him there. Oh, I thought he made contact. No call on the play. He can't believe it. He got fouled on that play, Dan. He got fouled on that play.
What a game. Nixon with 3 threes off the bench for Wisconsin, and the Badgers have come back to tie the #1 unbeaten Illini at 26. We got a great one going here in Madison. Bo Ryan diagramming some plays for the Badgers. We're tied at 26. Wisconsin is getting great looks. Ray Nixon's come off the bench for 3 threes already. But, Dick, he's doing more than just scoring for this team.
Yeah, we're going to watch him right now in a horizontal screen across the lane in a special situation. Freeze it. Right here. He lays the screen here, and he's going to come off and get the pass. Hansen for the shot, but it's number 4 who set that screen for him to pop out. And Hansen is like nothing but nylon, automatic. Hey, you talk about coaches that are underappreciated, who really don't get the national respect. 3 quality guys. Bo Ryan right here, Bobby Lutz at Charlotte, and Al Skinner at Boston College. Those 3 guys
still undefeated.
Unbelievable. It's got a date with Providence tomorrow.
Yeah, and Bobby Lutz, you're right, year after year, a very competitive team in Conference USA. D. Brown for 3, and the Illini are back on top. His shooting is so much better this year than it was last season.
And one of the reasons, better shots. He's squaring his body. He's making certain that he takes good shots.
He's 44% from beyond the arc on the year.
And one of the great things with the Wisconsin system, great spacing. Very tough to give help.
Wilkinson draws the foul. He is not quick, but he is smart, and he gets his moves down there by the bucket.
What they do really well, Dan, they're 15 to 17 feet apart. They isolate. Look at him isolating in the box here. He's going to get the ball in deep. He spreads his body, and they're 15 to 17 feet apart so that you can't give help. If you dare to give help, he's kicking the ball back out to an open shooter.
What a game he had on the weekend of the win in Ann Arbor. 28 points and a career-high 15 rebounds. Had
a great game. I remember watching part of it. Brent Musburger and Steve Lavin, Ohio State and the Buckeyes. Thad Matta, by the way, you watched the Buckeye program in about 2 years.
I think everybody has agreed that the last couple of years the Big Ten's been down, but don't you feel as a league it's starting to come back up?
Oh, I definitely do. They had 3 teams in the NCAA tournament last year. That's the smallest number since 1984. This year they'll have 4, and they possibly could steal a 5th. Watch Indiana, the way they've been coming on.
A travel on Luther Head. He doesn't like the call by Tom O'Neill. We got 3 of the best here tonight. Tom O'Neill, Ted Hillary, Jim Burr. Illinois with the best start for a Big Ten team since Indiana went undefeated back in 1975-76. Of course, the Hoosiers, the last team to go right through the regular season and postseason undefeated. A little bit strong for Wilkinson. Illinois has been ranked #1 for now 8 weeks. 10 weeks total in their program's history. 1 week in 52, 1 week in 89, and now 8 in a row here as Powell knocks it down, and it's a 3-point lead.
I asked the kids at Wake Forest about Illinois. They told me, hey, we knew about their guards, but we had no idea that Luther Head and Roger Powell were that good.
Cameron Taylor, a little bit strong on the 3, and Luther Head skies over everybody for the rebound.
6'3", very active, great legs, great bounce. Darren Williams, always under control. Has great vision.
Williams leads the Big Ten in assists.
7.1, and D. Brown is 3rd.
And Luther Head is 7th, 3 of the top 7 guys in the conference.
I love their perimeter 3. That's why I think, like Arizona, who beat 3 #1 seeds in 1997, but it beat Kansas and North Carolina and Kentucky with those guards.
Boy, 5 on the shot clock. Nobody panics, and Luther Head gets a wide open look.
They shoot. I mean, somebody better call the fire chief and put the fire out. I mean, they're burning the nets down. Remember that Arizona team with their 3 guards, Dickerson, Bibby,
and Miles Simon?
Incredible.
Illinois shooting 54%, Dick, so far against a team that traditionally makes it very difficult to score.
Only gives up 59 points a game.
This is the classic great offense against great defense matchup. Rebound for Darren Williams, and the miss by Wilkinson.
Great defense right there, right in his face, making him have to earn that shot. I'm telling you, they got 2 stops that can stop them from going unblemished in the regular season. This game and next week against Michigan State. Nobody's going to beat them with the Orange Crush fans, and that place down in Champaign, that's one of the toughest places to play.
Wisconsin does have a return day down in Champaign in February.
February 12th.
Yep.
Abraham Lincoln does.
That's right.
See, I know my history.
There you go. Williams gets Nixon in the air. The 16-footer is good. You can see why he calls him smooth.
He is smooth. Told me before the game, I circle the calendar. This is one game that I have wanted. In fact, he was excited when Michigan State lost because he wanted a shot against this streak.
We got a foul on Illinois. Largest lead of the game right now for the Illini. Hey, the gloves are off Thursday night on ESPN. Michigan travels to Michigan State at the Breslin Center at 7 Eastern, and then at 9, Conference USA matchup between DePaul and Memphis. It's Throwdown Thursday on ESPN and ESPN2. That foul on Ingram, his second. Morley will go to the line for the Badgers.
You know, Michigan really's had tough luck. When you look at Tommy Amica, they would have had a breakout year this year, but all the injuries they've had, now the suspension of Daniel Horton as he misses the free throw. I mean, they've had it tough. Grant Brown out with injuries, Lester Abram for the whole year. It's
looked like at the beginning of the year they might have a pretty special season.
Yeah, I thought they really would have had. You know, you talk about unbeatens in the Big Ten. There's only been 4. Been the Whiz Kids of Illinois back in 1952. I was 13 years of age at that time. You were not even born.
Not even close.
Ohio State in 60 and 61 season. And then there was Iowa and Indiana went undefeated 36-0 in 2 years, which nobody will ever match. 36-0. They went 1974, 75, and 75, 76, 18-0.
A 9-2 run right now for Illinois in a 7-point lead. Powell the miss. Morley the rebound. He's done a good job getting on the glass tonight.
This is a big possession. I know it's early in the game, only the first half, but right now they're going to stop some of this momentum, and they've quieted the crowd a little bit, and that's one of the keys. You want to knock the crowd out.
Chambliss.
Basket. Chambliss transfer, had an ACL injury last year at the end of the year.
By the way, I'm going to mention Illinois also has to go to Michigan and Iowa and Ohio State before the end of the season, so they've still got some tough games coming. Look at Powell. Helmick rips it down, and we still got a live ball. Here come the Badgers, 2-on-2.
Got to back it out. Got to back it out.
Michael Flowers, tough shot.
Bad shot.
Yeah.
That's not there. Got a second opportunity. Got to bring it out. Got to bring it out.
Boy, he's
not a good play there.
Yeah, Flowers is a little bit amped up, isn't he? Just came in here, and he's revving a little bit too quickly right now in that possession. A 5-point lead for the Illini. No surprise, Dick. The Illinois guards have been sensational.
They have dominated. The guards have been sensational here. Williams, Brown, and Head. I'll tell you, they have been phenomenal. You name it. I mean, it could be D. Brown. It could be Luther Head with the drive to the goal, the explosiveness. And then it's the Darren Williams show. He said, anything you can do, I can do better. Hey, Dan, I'll tell you this. You know, you think about the home win streak. 34 times they've been leading at halftime. 4 times they weren't.
Down 3 and tied once, but they've won their last 38 games here at home, going back to December 2002 when Wake beat them in Illinois. Their streak, of course, they're 19-0 to start the season. They are ranked #1. Jim Burr has called Darren Williams for a carry.
Barry says, wait a minute, that's for when I go to the NBA. They're not calling that in college. As you look at Bruce Weber, really got his identity last year at the end of the year, especially. There's the carry. Now he's established. Bill Self did an amazing job recruiting most of these kids. Now at Kansas, where he has kids that were recruited by Roy Williams.
That's right. And they had a bit of a struggle, the Illini did last year, as Bruce Weber and the players tried to get on the same page, and the kids had to adjust to a different coaching philosophy. Chambliss on the drive.
Got to convert
a foul against the Illini, Dick.
Yep, got to convert that layup. Chambliss had a wide open layup, taking that ball to the goal. I think about their 2 losses here under Bull Ryan. Lynn Greer goes for 47 for John Chambliss.
Wow.
What a job he's doing at Temple this year.
They're tough this year.
He's done a heck of a job. He plays anybody, anywhere, anytime. Doesn't play a bunch of cupcakes like a lot of guys like to play.
They're going to be tough in the A-10. Roger Powell, the foul, his second, 7th team foul. Tucker to the line for the Badgers.
And they lost to Wake Forest also. Tucker struggling shooting right now. Certainly a good athlete. They got to get him to give him some point production.
All 3 of the big guards in there right now for the Illini. Wisconsin just 4 for 9 from the line.
See, that'll hurt you as well in a big game.
Yep.
Shooting 66% as a team.
That's what cost Michigan State against Wisconsin here 9 days ago. Otherwise, they win that game and end this 38-game home court winning streak. Never would have gotten to 38.
Well, remember this. Wisconsin ended a 53-game win streak of Tom Izzo.
Which is the longest in Big Ten history.
That Breslin's a special place. Can't wait to get back up there next week.
Chambliss drills a 3. Big shot for the Badgers.
You know, it's amazing. He misses the layup on the drive to the goal, and then he makes the trifecta from downtown.
He's got 11.
And all the grateful Red go wild.
Now he's having to chase D. Brown, though. That'll tire you out.
And all the alums jumping with joy. Bud Selick at home jumping with joy.
Right.
The baseball.
Right.
Rudy Martzke, he's jumping. The TV critic.
Hey, we got a big timer here tonight who's an alum of Wisconsin.
Andy Katz is in the house.
That's right. He's a Badger.
Yeah, but he, like Martzke, haven't donated a dime in 10 years.
Orlando Tucker. Look at Hansen scrapping for the rebound, and he gets fouled from behind by Luther Head.
This gives him a little bit of a lift now. A little bit of a lift. What a big 3. Shot it from Milwaukee. When you think about Chambliss, he didn't shoot this one in Madison. That was from down in Milwaukee. What range.
His 2 years at Penn State, he led the Big Ten in made three-point field goals each year. Now, because of transfer rules within a conference, he's not on scholarship this year. He's paying his own way. He's a native of Racine, Wisconsin, wanted to come here and finish his career as a Badger. Another miss from the line. They're 4 for 10.
Don't get me started about transfer rules. Coaches can leave, get new jobs, get country club membership, all the goodies. But a player leaves, he has to sit a year out. Something's not right about that equation.
You got a shot. Scott Johnson and all the guys working the cameras of Powell and Augustine, the 2 starting big guys for the Illini, on the bench, each with a couple of fouls.
Illinois cannot apply the knockout to get that nice lead at halftime. Wisconsin would allow it to happen.
Chambliss. Oh, he came down. He thought he got rid of the ball. And Bo Ryan says, what are you kidding me? He got rid of the ball first.
Bo Ryan, an amazing record at the University of Wisconsin, Platteville, 4 national titles. Came out of Chester, PA, same high school that produced Jameer Nelson, last year's National Player of the Year.
Oh, I think you got rid of it.
He got rid of the ball. He never touched the ground. Never touched the ground.
Chambliss argues, Ryan argues, but to no avail.
Legit argument, but they're not going to win it. No. They're not going to win
you
it.
You rarely do. Illinois takes a 30-second timeout here inside the final minute of the first half. In what's been a very entertaining game. Wisconsin has won 38 in a row here at home, the longest active streak in college basketball. How about the college basketball record held by Kentucky under Adolph Rupp?
Wow.
129 straight wins at home.
Adolph Rupp, the Baron, with the brown suit down in Lexington, Kentucky, totally dominated. There he is working on the sideline. I got a chance one time when we played in Lexington when I was coaching the University of Detroit. Before you ever followed basketball, I was like in awe. Our team was practicing, and who was sitting in the crowd watching us practice? Adolph Rupp and John Wooden.
Wow.
John Wooden was doing the color commentary with Kurt Gowdy, one of my favorite guys.
Did you bring him out on the floor?
I did. I took pictures, the whole bit. We played Michigan when they were #1 in America back there in 1977.
All right, back into play here as D. Brown leads the Illini into the front court. Illinois leading Wisconsin by 2 in a game where somebody's streak is going to come to an end. Brown off a screen, a deep 3. Wilkinson the rebound for the Badgers. We've got about a 4-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
They haven't been able to get the ball inside to Wilkinson. They're doing a great job on him defensively. I would go to him right now. With Smith playing him, I would go to Wilkinson.
They'll run down the clock and try to get it into the final few seconds so that Illinois does not have a chance to respond.
Wilkinson could go inside and outside. He takes Smith away from the basket.
Tucker loves to go inside, stripped of the ball, off his leg, out of bounds to Illinois.
Tucker struggling offensively, struggled against Michigan as well, 0 for 9. As you look at Bo Ryan, intensity, loves his Eagles on cloud 9. Hey, what about Alvin Iverson yesterday, 45 with all the Eagles there, McNabb, Owens and company.
Luther Head pulls up for a 3. Tucker.
Great first half, Dan.
Terrific.
Great first half.
Everything we could have hoped for and more. Shareet Chambliss, a sharpshooter from the perimeter for the Badgers. And Wisconsin taking on the #1 team of the nation, down only a deuce at the end of the first half. Aaron Anders is standing by with Coach Bo Ryan. Aaron?
A very intense Bo Ryan indeed. You're within 2 of the #1 team in the nation. What was the key to that first half, Coach?
Well, I don't care who we're playing. Whether #1 or number 300 and some, it's still about the game. We got to play the game better. We got a little too out of sorts. We were making some decisions we don't normally make, and we got to get that back. That's what we got to talk about here at halftime.
A very dominant backcourt. Illinois, of course, you knew that going into this game. How do you counter their attack in the second half?
Well, we just got to keep working, and we got to try to get them to miss some shots. They were on a tear there for a while. Then they started missing some. We got to get them to miss more.
Coach, thanks. Dan?
All right, Aaron, thank you. A great first half here with the Kohl Center in Madison. Don't you dare go away. We're back shortly with the second half, but first back to the studio. It's time for the UPS halftime report with Reese Davis. Reese? All right. Well, so much at stake here in Madison tonight. The #1 unbeaten Illinois Fighting Illini against the Badgers, the longest home court winning streak in America. 38 wins in a row here with the Kohl Center. Super Tuesday presented by Toyota. And it has been super. The first half was absolutely super. Illinois, 19-0, a regular season win streak going way back beyond that into last year. And Wisconsin, of course, as we mentioned, a 38-game home winning streak, so something has to give. The best news is, though, for fans at home, through 20 minutes, the issue is still in doubt. We got ourselves a barn burner today.
Hey, tell me this now. I know at halftime that we're talking about overrated, underrated. Will someone please tell me and explain? I know I'm a dummy. I know I'm not bright. How in the world is Wisconsin the most overrated team in the Big Ten, winning 38 in a row in June? I mean, I find that mind-boggling. Hey, this is a club, and I respect anyone's opinion, but let me tell you, overrated, a bunch of gutty kids playing their hearts out, playing as a team, doing everything coaches dream for teams to do. Except tonight, right now, they're faced with a buzzsaw, the quickness and athletic ability of the guards of Illinois.
And those three guards for Illinois have scored 26 of the 35 points that the Illini have. And as you can see, dominating in fast break, dominating points off turnovers and so forth. Let's go to Aaron Andrews to talk a little bit about Illinois adjustments here in the second half.
All right, guys, talking to Bruce Weber on the way out from halftime. He said he was very happy with the poise his team showed when the crowd got into it. He said some of the adjustments they need to make is they need to defend that three-point line a little better. They need to defend Mike Wilkinson. He said they didn't finish in that first half when they had a 7-point lead, and he said they need to get to the free throw line a lot more, guys.
I'll tell you, Aaron, they got to like that play, getting the ball inside to Augustine. That's one of their game plans. I talked to Steve Bardo, formerly of their 89 team, doing their radio here, and he said they want to establish early in the half. They want to get the ball to Augustine to get him really going.
And that was a set play that they worked on extensively at shoot-around today. And Bruce Weber said, we're going to use this out of a timeout, guys, so be ready for it. Well, they used it out of halftime, and it got them an easy deuce.
See, practice pays
There you
off.
go.
Practice leads to perfection.
Wilkinson. And he is tied up. The ball will stay with the Badgers as Augustine ties up Wilkinson. The high scorers in this game, Sharif Chambliss, 11 for the Badgers. Darren Williams, 11 for the Illini. Both teams balanced. Both teams have a number of players who can really lead the way.
Dan, if Wisconsin's going to win, they got to get Wilkinson going. He's got to give him some point production. He's been brilliant in the last 4 games. 3 of them double-doubles. They're doing a great job playing him inside, giving help on him.
They'd love to get Tucker going. His first 2 points of the night for the guy who comes in as the Badgers' leading scorer.
Very athletic. He's a guy that's got to give him point production as well. 0 for 9 against Michigan and 0 for 2 thus far prior to that basket there by Tucker. That was big. That's good news for the Badger fans. There's the drive, right in the lane. Good athletic move. Beats him one-on-one.
That foul was on Chambliss, his second, just the 3rd foul committed by Wisconsin in the game.
Under control. I love the control that Williams plays with.
Luther Head from D. Brown, who got it from Darren Williams, and this trio of guards, they are as good as any in the country.
Yeah, they really love playing with each other. You talk about great guard combos. I'll see one tomorrow night with J.J. Redick and you, when you think about Gray and Paul.
Wilkinson
got to get him going. Great post position inside. Good angle. Made the good entry.
Sharif Chambliss on the assist. Powell inside. Darren Williams on the assist.
Good penetration by Williams to create the opportunity. Good dribble attack. Gets into the lane, creates the opportunity. I love the upper body strength on Williams.
6'3", 210. As opposed to Head and Brown, both about... Head's about 6'3", 185. Brown's about 6 foot 180, and he's a blur.
Isn't it great seeing a bunch of kids, both teams? Look at the drive by Tucker. Left hand, taking it to the goal, playing their hearts out, playing with a sense of pride for the jersey they represent. And all their alums and all their fans cheering, going bananas.
Orlando Tucker, minimal practice recently, Dick. They want to minimize the chance of him hurting that foot again. Augustine inside.
That's a big plus for Illinois to get him involved, because that stretches the defense. Because if you got to give help on him, it's going to leave it wide open for their perimeter shooters.
Chambliss nails the 3.
What a night. What a night. This is the basketball capital of the world tonight. Madison, Wisconsin.
Tickets going for as much as 10 times their face value on eBay. Augustine's jumper rims out. Wisconsin has only led tonight for 40 seconds. They've got a chance to tie or take the lead here.
Remember, people, we got 19-0. We got a 38-game win streak.
And we got a tie game.
Great news. I told you, if they get him started, they got the chance to make it 39. A TO, baby. Look, they want to hear the crowd. The Grateful Red are going bananas.
There has been no tougher ticket in town than tonight's game against #1 Illinois, and the Badgers have tied it. Back here in Madison, Wisconsin has come back to a tie against the #1 unbeaten Illini. The huddle on the Wisconsin bench. The best news for them, they're getting Mike Wilkinson involved.
Well, take it down inside the post. We're going to show him right here, right now. Freeze it. See, now we're going to show you right now how you get position. Now look at the angle. You want to get good angles. Then you want to utilize the drop step to the baseline. And then you want to show the hand. Watch Wilkinson. Freeze it right here. Look how he gets great post position. Size. He's got an advantage size-wise on Powell. 6'8" to 6'5", mismatch, take advantage of it, and he converts. Great job, perfect execution, good offensive efficiency.
Wisconsin's been scoring inside in the second half. A couple of buckets by Orlando Tucker, a couple of buckets by Mike Wilkinson. And now a foul away from the ball is going to go against the Badgers. It'll be Wilkinson, I believe, his first.
This Flying Illini team, I've been asked all day today, how do you compare up to the Flying Illini of 1989? I would give the edge to this backcourt over Gill and Bardo, but I would give the edge up front when you think about Anderson, Battle, and Hamilton. Marcus Liberty off the bench.
Augustine over the top of Chambliss to keep it alive, and a foul's going to go against the Badgers. It will be Cameron Taylor, his first. There's Stephen Bardo.
Yes, sir, doing a great job on radio. Works with Lauren Tate. Phenomenal guy. Does some games for us as well.
Yep.
Played with Kendall Gill. Oh, look at that jump.
No call, but Wisconsin's got the ball. Powell and Wilkinson down behind the play.
Almost could have been called for a charge.
Tucker,
that's big. That is major. That is major. Tucker is on fire here in the second half. He and Wilkinson are going. That's a big plus with those two starting to score.
Luther Head slithers inside. Now the shots aren't falling for the Illini.
Wilkinson with the big rebound. His girlfriend Alexis does a little dance. She's in a pep band. Oh, this place is special. Isn't it been great coming down here tonight, Dan?
The first lead since 15-14 for Wisconsin, and this is their biggest lead of the night. Illinois #1. Illinois 19-0. But we're starting to see a little Madison magic here tonight, Dick.
There is some magic. There's a long way to go. And I have a lot of respect for this Illinois team. See, right down the lane, they could have called a foul. I'll tell you what, I think that's a foul. He climbed right over his back. Look at Bruce Weber. He wanted to foul the other way.
The State Street Brats. If you're in Wisconsin, you got to have a brat, right?
Got to go there, yeah. Well, some nitty-gritty must be jumping with joy today, too, down here in Madison.
The Kohl Center, 38 in a row. Gunning for 39 here tonight.
Hey.
Let's go to Aaron Andrews. Aaron?
Well, guys, Orlando Tucker played only 4 games last season due to a foot injury. I was told he was the emotional leader on the bench, in the locker room. He had to miss the Ohio State game a couple weeks ago because of another foot injury not related to last season, but it really upset him that he was out of that game. Of course, making a huge shot right there. You know he's into it and excited about being involved in this one against the #1 ranked team tonight, guys.
Well, no points in the first half, but has come up big, Aaron, here in the second half. And he and Wilkinson is so important to this club with their experience. You know, Wisconsin, they don't give up 70 points much. They gave it up twice this year. They lost to Indiana, and they lost to Pepperdine, both on the road.
Another steal by D. Brown, his 4th of the game, and a block by Ray Nixon.
What a defensive play. What a defensive play. A 4-point turnaround. I would have said no way they would have caught him. A terrific play by Nixon. He had the angle for the block shot, was clean, and he went the other way with a conversion in transition.
A career-high 9 points in the first half, but that might have been the biggest play that he's made all game.
That was a big block.
Darren Williams whips it out of bounds. Badger basketball.
A little bit out of rhythm. Right now they got him a little bit out of rhythm. Wisconsin on this floor has been magical. Take a look. Here's D. Brown, who's so quick. Look at the angle for the block. Great block. College basketball, you can take the ball to the glass.
Taylor. Dick, the Badgers have hit their last 8 shots. It's a 12-0 run, Wisconsin.
And all good shots.
Yep.
They have taken nothing but high percentage shots. Typical Badger basketball.
Deafening noise here with the Kohl Center.
They're out of control right now. They are out of control. Illinois' got to settle down. Their guards are too experienced. They're letting this place now. The adrenaline, the energy are really effective, and they're trying to get back too quickly, too impatient.
A 12-0 run for the Badgers. You know, this is one of these teams, Wisconsin, if you don't really see them play, you say, well, how good are they really? But when you watch them play on a regular basis, they really grow on you. Well, this season, Pontiac launched the first ever scholarship contribution program. 54 nominated plays produced 13 weekly winners, and after nearly 500,000 fan votes, it's a Wisconsin play that wins the Pontiac game-changing performance of the year. Robert Brooks, the hit, and then the fumble recovery all the way down for the touchdown. You can see honored there, Kyle Orton with the fumble for Purdue. Robert Brooks and Scott Sparks, who scored the touchdown, on hand tonight. They received a $100,000 contribution from Pontiac to the school's general scholarship fund. For more on Barry Alvarez, back to Aaron Andrews.
Well, guys, you know it's a big game when the athletic director and head football coach Barry Alvarez pays a visit to your locker room, and that's what he did yesterday. He told the team, what's the difference between playing big games and regular games? He said nothing. Go out there and play your game, guys. That's what they're doing tonight. And
they really believe that. And a lot of teams will say, hey, this is a really big game. I got it circled on my calendar. For Wisconsin, they really tell you, and it's honest, hey, the biggest game we play is the next game we play, and that never changes.
I like what the Wizard of Westwood, John Wooden, has always said. Make every game a masterpiece.
The three is off for Taylor, and the rebound to Williams. Wisconsin had hit their last 8 in a row. Illinois needs a spark. Number 1 is in a little bit of trouble right now here in Madison.
They got to show a little bit more patience offensively. Great play right there. Great play, high percentage shot, bring the ball inside. They're not going away. They're too talented. They got a lot of heart, a lot of guts, the kids from Champaign. They are not going to fold.
Roger Powell from Luther Head. Powell stays in the game after picking up his 3rd foul a minute ago. Tucker loves to drive into the size of Augustine, a held ball, and the arrow will turn it over to Illinois.
They deserve it. That's one time it went his way, the alternate possession rule, which I wish they'd get rid of. Take a look at the defense right here on the basketball. Good play by Augustine. Yep. And fortunately, the arrow, get rid of that arrow. I can't tolerate it. But at least in that time, it rewarded his team.
Prevailed there. The 5 starters are on the floor right now for Illinois. This crowd, 17,142. Another sellout. They've been in a frenzy from the moment we began.
You know, last year they beat Illinois by 20 on this floor, and then Illinois did not lose a game the rest of the Big Ten season, except in a tournament when they lost to Wisconsin in the final.
Pull-up jumper by Head, off the fingertips of Powell. Nixon, the rebound. What a night Ray Nixon's having.
See, I think they're shooting the ball a little too quick. They got to make a few extra passes, Illinois. They frustrate you. You get behind, you want to catch up. And they certainly defend.
Tucker, a step on Powell.
I'll tell you, my friends, Tucker and Wilkerson, they can play.
Powell beats him down to the other end, and Dick, Orlando Tucker may have aggravated that foot injury. He was limping and grimacing on his way back down the floor, and he couldn't keep up with Powell.
They need him on the floor, but you're right, he is limping. Powell, the Reverend, wow, is he preaching on the court?
He's sensational. Tucker and Powell both about 6'5", undersized power forwards, but matchup nightmares for the opposition.
Hey, a man-to-man defense. Here they are the entire night.
What foot problem?
Foot looks like it's okay. He's got the touch. The hand is okay. The good rotation. Oh, if you're a Badger fan, you got to be jumping with joy wearing your big red sweater sitting at home.
Head inside, a steal by Clayton Hansen.
Number 1 in a battle with 12 on the clock. 19-0. Will we be down to 2 unbeaten teams? And will the Dukies, who are number 2, be the team that has a chance to be number 1 if Illinois falls?
Duke hosting Maryland tomorrow night on ESPN. BC at Providence tomorrow night. Orlando Tucker's got 14 points. They've all come here in the second half.
There's Tucker working on a baseline. Great power move on the inside. There he is limping. And now we're going to watch him square his body, knock down the open 3. The only Achilles heel I see for Illinois, too many wide open shots. And I think that's why the percentage is so high in the Big Ten that they're allowing teams to shoot close to 47% against them.
Dick Tucker out of the game. Helmig and Morley have checked in now for the Badgers. Ingram is on the floor along with McBride for the Illini. And we've got a foul before the shot attempt. Michael Flowers commits the foul. Hey, tomorrow night, your ESPN action begins at 7 Eastern to Conference USA. Marquette taking on number 12 Louisville, led by the outstanding Francisco Garcia. At a big game of the ACC that you'll be at, along with Mike Patrick. Maryland and Duke, 9 Eastern, here on ESPN ACC Wednesday, presented by Staples.
Look at that hustle. Great dive on the floor by Augustine.
Williams, McBride, the extra pass again. Augustine. Morley standing him up, can't get a shot off.
Got a 3-second violation.
3-second violation, you're right.
Terrific job of collapsing on a post player inside. Bruce Weber, who's done a heck of a job since coming over in a tough situation, replacing the very popular Bill Self. Look at the defense. Look at the defense. Look at all these guys collapsing inside.
Wisconsin trying to beat number 1, and they're up 8. Better than 25 years ago, the first ever live college basketball game on ESPN involved Wisconsin, and it involved Dick Vitale. He was part of the TV crew that night at Wisconsin DePaul. More than 25 years of basketball. Congratulations, my friend. I hear you signed a new long-term deal. It's going to take you into your mid-50s, so that's great.
2012, I hope you're around there.
I hope I am too.
I want to say this, really, a guy that's given a lot of years, a guy that's been an amazing ambassador, done a great job in coaching, Lou Henson. Lou, we sent our best to you in retirement, 779 wins. To me, he's a Hall of Famer. He's going to come to their big day on the 28th, 29th. Lauren Tate told me the centennial, the 100th anniversary. He and his beautiful bride, Mary. I got a beautiful letter from his daughter who loves her dad so much. I know it's been a tough time, Lou, but I want you to know all your friends are thinking about you, and to all of us, you are a genuine Hall of Famer.
Darren Williams, the foul, his second. Wisconsin with an 8-point lead on number 1 and unbeaten Illinois, which is down 8 and has not trailed by more than 9 at any point of any game the entire season. Andreas Helmig travels.
Yeah, Helmig picked up his pivot foot. Think about that as you show their margin, their deficit against Gene Katie's Purdue team. And I wish Gene would have had a better team. He did a great job in his years at Purdue. But let me tell you this. Can you believe that Illinois, they were up 38 on Gonzaga, 31 on Wake Forest, blew out Cincinnati. I mean, this is one heck of a basketball team that Wisconsin's leading on right here.
D. Brown. And good block out there by Hansen and Flowers. Flowers with a rebound. And again, Wisconsin can extend the lead to double digits.
Flowers have great position. They give you one shot. Spread the court. Look at the great spacing. Always 15 to 17 feet apart. Very tough to get up. Always movement. If you got movement without the ball and you got motion, you got a great chance to get a good shot.
And the big guys can shoot. The guards can go in post. Everybody moves around. Morley turns it over, though. 12 turnover committed by Wisconsin. That's a lot for them at this point of the game. Augustine, nice kick out to McBride for 3.
That's what he does. Good play by Augustine, finding the open shoot.
And Illinois is back within 5.
McBride is a three-point shooter. That's basically his strength.
First bench points of the night for Illinois, Dick.
Yeah, they've been relying strictly on their starters. With that three-point shot, though, you can change a lead quickly. It's revolutionized the game.
Fresh 35 after the kick ball. Multiple changes. Wilkinson and others coming back into the game for the Badgers. We are here with the Kohl Center in Madison, where the entire season is sold out, but there was no tougher ticket than tonight's game. Super Tuesday presented by Toyota, along with Dick Vitale and Aaron Andrews. I'm Dan Schulman. Illinois, number 1 unbeaten. Wisconsin, the longest home court winning streak in America. Something's got to give here tonight.
I like that, baby. Something's got to give.
And right now, Wisconsin trying to hand the Illini their first loss of the season and their 6th consecutive loss here at the Kohl Center in Madison. They won here in '98.
Go to Wilkinson. Go to Wilkinson. They try to double up on him. Let him post inside.
Tucker's had a big second half for the Badgers. Look at little Michael Flowers inside. Lost the handle. Shot clock doesn't reset. Here come the Illini. Darren Williams is fouled.
Great defensive sequence right there by Illinois. Very active on a defensive end. Created the turnover with their athleticism, their quickness. A lot of love right there. The Orange, they have a lot of love. Now look at the defensive effort right here. They match up. They rotate over. Give help. There's the block. Ball pops out. There's the deflection, the steal by the All-American, and there's the foul. He made my mid-season All-American team based on his performance.
I saw that on your website, and Bruce Weber was your first half coach of the year, right?
Yeah, and Chris Paul was certainly the other guard, and my team was Illinois. Even though I feel right now, if I had to pick a team to win the national championship, I'm still giving the edge to North Carolina on a neutral floor, even though they have 2 losses. I really believe that. They have so much strength, and they have a good bench as well.
Illinois really got the notice of the entire country when they blew out Wake Forest in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. Their closest call was their last game, Thursday at home against Iowa, where they had to go to overtime to win. Wilkinson misses inside.
That's the one they'd like to have back. They got what they wanted. Post him up deep. He got the ball in deep. He usually converts that 9 out of 10 times.
A 5-0 run for the Illini.
Luther trying to go one-on-one.
And he's fouled by Cameron Taylor. Hey, Throwdown Thursday begins at 7 Eastern with in-state rivals Michigan and Michigan State butting heads at the always raucous Breslin Center. And then it's DePaul and Memphis at 9 Eastern on ESPN2. Throwdown Thursday on ESPN and ESPN2 Thursday night. Other big games. How about Pittsburgh-Syracuse Saturday night? Speaking of raucous places, the Peterson Event Center Saturday night, 7 Eastern. I'll be there. You'll be at Allen Fieldhouse for Texas and Kansas Saturday night on ESPN2. And then how much fun is Michigan State going to be a week from tonight as they take on Illinois?
Well, Breslin, he is zone. Everybody's trying to duplicate what's happened down at Cameron Indoor Stadium with the Cameron Crazies. It's become now everywhere in America. And it's phenomenal. Basketball, the excitement, the enthusiasm, like here, the adrenaline, the passion.
Dick, a 7-0 run for the Illini. Number 1 is back within 1. Not anymore. Cameron Taylor knocks it down.
He's so quick, he can get his shot. A big deuce to end that little drought they were in.
What a game.
Unbelievable intensity, emotion. You look on the court and you see the intensity, the electricity.
Jack Ingram from outside, and the 5th-year senior
From Texas.
Yeah, he is playing for his 4th coach. He originally committed to Bill Self at Tulsa, and now 5 years later is playing for Bruce Weber at Illinois.
He's a strong player, gives him some good inside presence. There's the good rebound.
Augustine brings it down.
I told you they're not going to go away.
Nope.
This team is too talented. You don't beat the people they've beaten and not be able to come back. Wisconsin's going to be in a fight here the last 7 minutes.
McBride off the screen. Ingram again. Yes!
Oh! Just like Nixon in the first half. Comes off the bench. Gives him some offensive productivity.
Ingram had 2 threes coming into the game tonight all season. He's got 2 in the last minute. And now ahead with a foul on Taylor. We talked about how the bench hadn't scored at all. Now Jack Ingram is the man of the moment for the Illini.
King Jack, there he is. Wilkinson a little bit slow, rotating out. Oh, yes, he liked it. The big fella. He says, why not? I did it once, I'll do it again. Nothing but nylon, MBN. Look at him. He says, Coach, give me more PT, playing time.
Well, this has been a sensational night of entertainment so far here at the Kohl Center in Madison. Not only a great game, but a game that means so much. Illinois is number 1 and unbeaten, and Wisconsin has the longest home court winning streak in America, 38 in a row. They have not lost since Wake Forest beat them in December of 2002. But the Illini, Dick, just responded with a 13-2 run, and an unlikely source, 5th-year senior Jack Ingram, all smiles after knocking down a couple of threes.
Well, you take a look at the bench productivity here. Second half, getting those threes from Ingram certainly were big. Hey, you think about alums, proud alums, the Kohl Center, the Senator Kohl.
That's right.
Only a proud
Got his
alum.
name on the building.
Yes, sir. We donate 25 million.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I mean, I expect guys like Katz and Martzke and all those guys to do it. Build a building in front of them as alums. But Seelig,
Let's see now how Wisconsin responds.
I want to go to Wilkinson if I was the team right now.
Got a size advantage on Powell. They'll kick it out. Chambliss for three. Wilkinson's got it and ties the game.
Well, he said,
give it one, rather.
Said, you don't want to give me the ball, I'm just going to get it off the offensive glass. He had great positioning, and they did not get him the ball, and that's very rare that they make those kind of mistakes.
Wilkinson with 11. His teammates say he's as smart a player on the court as anybody they've ever played with. Smith from the baseline, not there. Wisconsin basketball.
He's normally a good shooter. He has struggled this year. Darren Williams, as smooth as can be, created that opportunity by getting into the lane.
Both teams have shown great poise. Nobody getting rattled tonight. Wilkinson again.
That's the man I would go to. Big Ten Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row. 28 and 15 in his last game. His stock is going up. His stock is going up.
Dick, that's the 7th lead change in this game. D. Brown stumbling, got rid of it in time.
Wisconsin doing a great job making them play 5-on-5 and making them have a tough time getting an open look. Matching up really well.
Luther head. Dump down, turnover.
Shoot the ball in there, Luther. You got to shoot the ball in that lane. Take a look at Wilkinson. A little one-on-one maneuver. Protects the ball. Seals the defensive player. Oh, Alexa, she said, that's my man. That's my man.
They're 16-0 when she sings the national anthem, and she sang it before tonight's game.
And sang it beautifully, as well.
Chambliss and Tucker each with 14. Wilkinson with 13. Taylor takes a bump and draws the foul on D. Brown. What a matchup of quickness between those two.
Well, it comes down to free throw shooting now here down the end. That's been one struggle for Wisconsin. Yeah. Hey, let's not forget the job Dick Bennett did here. Now at Washington State, they went to the Final Four in 2000.
That's right.
That was the year of 2000 when Michigan State won it all.
Out of bounds, and it will stay with Wisconsin. I read a story where, say, 6-7 years ago, they had a lottery for the student tickets, and they had more tickets than students who signed up for the lottery. They were trying to give seats away. That's not the case here anymore.
Yeah, but you know what I can't believe? 42,000 students, and they only had 3,700 sign up for 2,100 seats. I find that tough to understand.
30-second timeout taken by Wisconsin.
Jim O'Donnell did a great story in the Chicago Sun-Times about that.
Time now to take a look back on this date in college basketball history. "17 years ago tonight, it rained glass in Pittsburgh.
Off by Miller, pulls ahead, lanes on the other wing. Finds sent it in, Jerome! Ripped it down. Hold on at home. No reason for a technical foul. Just inferior equipment and superior body strength. We're gonna be a while, folks.
That game tonight, 11 Eastern on ESPN Classic. You want to talk about some basketball history right there, courtesy of Mo Davenport and Dave Miller, two ESPN executives. That's an actual piece of the backboard shattered by Jerome Lane.
Is that Jerome Lane was some kind of rebounder? That was Billy Raftery with the call. Sending it in,
Mike
Jerome.
Alongside. Back to the ball game. Wisconsin with the ball in a 1-point lead, trying to knock off undefeated #1 Illinois.
They're going to try to slide Wilkinson to the post.
There he is, Augustine on his back. Hansen. Rebound, James Augustine. He's bringing down the rebounds tonight.
He's a tough competitor on the inside.
Remember how loud it was at Kansas New Year's Day? Pretty close to that here tonight, don't you think?
No doubt. Place is rocking. A lot of enthusiasm, energy. People have been talking about this game for days.
Well, Wisconsin has only beaten a #1 once in their history, Ohio State, back in 1962.
Well, the last time was 76. Indiana came here and blew them out.
Shot clock a factor. Darren Williams. Augustine, an offensive rebound. Held ball. Arrow to the Badgers.
Scott May had a career-high 41 in that game. There comes the offensive rebound. Augustine goes up. Oh, great block shot by Wilkinson. I tell you, you got to like Wilkinson. He may not be super quick, explosive, but I'm going to tell you, some NBA team's going to like having him on their team. He can help a club coming off the bench. Inside, outside.
4:40 to go. Wisconsin by 1.
They take such pride in their execution.
Tucker, what a second half for Orlando Tucker.
I ask you one question, Mr. Sherman. I love working with you. Tomorrow I got Dan Pack, I got Mike Patrick, and then I certainly got Nestler. Let me tell you this. I asked, you ever see them take bad shots?
No, not very. Flowers took one in the first half. That's about it. 16 for Tucker. All of them in the second half. Wilkinson wraps up Augustine. A good sportsmanship there by both teams. These teams, a lot of players who have been around a long time, they've been playing against each other for years. Here's Tucker, Dick.
Look at this one-on-one. He's going to beat him with quickness. And pulls up, lays it on the glass. Defense slow rotating over. I was ready to say Dan Patrick because Dan interviewed me today on Sports Center. And tomorrow I got Mike, and he's certainly a voice of the ACC.
I'll tell you this, just about everybody in the upper Midwest interviewed you here today from the moment you got to the arena.
I did a few interviews.
Augustine at the line for Illinois. The last 5 games here with the Kohl Center, the Illini have lost, and they've been shut down, and that's what Wisconsin will do to you. Illinois averages over 80 points per game. They're at 62 right now with barely 4 minutes to go, make it 63. Wisconsin makes you play their style of basketball.
They make you play a half-court game. They make you play 5-on-5, tempo, tempo, tempo. That is their dictation. We will control tempo.
Just like you saw Pittsburgh in that big comeback against UConn Saturday night.
Amazing comeback.
Nixon a miss from the wing. Helmig the rebound, and he is fouled by Roger Powell, and that's going to be the 4th on Powell. We're headed into the home stretch. #1 trailing here in Madison. Back at the Kohl Center, Super Tuesday presented by Toyota, and it's been a super night of basketball. #1 Illinois, the best start in school history, unbeaten at 19-0. But Wisconsin has won 38 in a row here at home, the longest streak in the nation, as the sign said at the beginning of the game. Something's got to give here tonight. Wisconsin by 1 late. Let's go to Aaron Andrews.
Well, Dan, before the game, talking to head coach Bo Ryan, asking him what's been the difference for Mike Wilkinson recently. He said, you know, things have just started to click, and when they click, they go really, really well. He says that's what's happened with athletes sometimes. He's not a very vocal leader, guys, a very quiet leader, leads by example, and doing a great job of it tonight.
I'll tell you, Aaron, he's a very aggressive offensive player, and he really attacks the basket. He wants the ball. That's what I like about him.
He's on the bench right now, as is Tucker. Helmig is in, and so is Morley. And we got a foul going against the Badgers. Well, Wilkinson's going to check back in, shooting the rock. Mike Wilkinson gets a lot of high percentage shots, great percentage.
Yeah, he really does. He knows what a good shot is. But let me tell you, this game could come right now to the free throw line. Wisconsin is 4 for 10 in this game, missing their last 4 free throws. And that could be, as Al McGuire would always say, the Achilles heel. Oh, do I miss Al and Jimmy Valvano? Miss those guys. They were such personalities. Illinois, 9 for 10 on the line. That could be the difference, Dan.
Wilkinson and Tucker have returned, Dick. 8th team foul for the Badgers. Ingram, who hit 2 huge threes earlier, hits the front end of the 1-and-1. And we are tied at 64 with 3:39 to go. Don't forget, Wisconsin's going to Illinois next month. Don't forget, Illinois is going to Michigan State next week. Dick and I will be there a week from tonight.
And that's why I don't like what's happened now with expansion. They only play Michigan State one time at Michigan State. You don't have a true, legitimate regular season champ because not everyone plays each other.
The Illinois players were excited that Wisconsin came back and beat Michigan State.
They want this streak.
And that's right. They want to be the team to end Wisconsin's 38-game home winning streak.
Right. That's nothing against Michigan State. It's the fact that they're a bunch of kids with a lot of pride, and they want a shot. They want to break this streak.
Bo Ryan wanted a foul call, didn't get it, and Illinois got the ball.
Well, remember, people, as we come down the stretch, 19-0, only 3 are undefeated, 38 in a row, the longest win streak in the nation.
Augustine with the jam.
Great give and go, 2-man basketball, the oldest play in the game.
Darren Williams with the assist. He's the Big Ten leader in assists, and you just saw why.
He just has a great feel for the game. I personally think he's too unselfish. I think he's got to shoot a little more.
Wilkinson. Hansen, left hand. What a battle for the ball. It'll go to the Illini.
Bunch of gutty kids from Champaign. That's why they're 19-0. Augustine did a great job. Watch this here. freezes right here. We're going to see the little cut. He fakes, cut, dump the ball in. There's the layup.
He just kind of deked out Wilkinson there. Wilkinson thought he was going to set a screen.
Yeah, he did. It was what we call a middle cut. Cut in between the defensive player.
A characteristic of these two teams, a lot of assists. They both really share the ball. Luther head, James Augustine.
Great pass, sharing the basketball, make the extra pass, unselfish. That's why you're #1 in America, Illini fans. Look at the intensity defensively out of D. Brown.
Yep.
Look at his eyes.
An 8-0 run for the Illini.
Big possession right now.
Chandler's wide open, but he missed the three.
Forgot to go inside to Wilkinson. Didn't get any touches. Illini team really executing now offensively in their half-court game. And it starts with the catalyst, #5, Darren Williams.
They've gotten dunks from Augustine their last 2 times down the floor because of great passing by Darren Williams and Luther Head.
Taking some time off the clock, a little isolation for Williams. Get a screen for him. Is nice. Look at the extra pass.
D. Brown. Wisconsin still got a shot. Don't forget they overcame an 8-point deficit with less than 2 minutes to go to beat Michigan State 9 days ago. But Cameron Taylor just missed a runner that he probably converts 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, got to convert that one.
Now they got a foul, and now Illinois will try to do it at the line. A wide open 3 almost went in. A layup almost went in, but they're still down 5.
Taking a layup right here. Chambliss with a great drive, and it doesn't go down. Rolls out. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. That was a big, big possession. Oh, look at that baby roll out. Sometimes that basket is like the Atlantic Ocean, and sometimes
right.
it's like a teacup.
And now Luther Head, a 79% free throw shooter on the season.
They've had the edge tonight on that free throw line. They have shot well on the line, Illinois, and Wisconsin has not, and it's hurt them.
You're right, Dick. Illinois 12 for 13. Wisconsin 10 for 21. And the beat goes on. A 10-0 run right now for Illinois. A 7-point lead, and there's that free throw graphic. 13 out of 14 tonight.
That is big.
I'm sorry, I gave the wrong number on the Wisconsin free throws. 4 of 10.
Yeah, you shocked me.
They're 4 of 10, but Illinois 13 out of 14. That's a huge story.
You shocked me there because I said a moment ago 4 for 10, and I said, wow, what's happening
if you're
here?
paying attention. Well, now Wisconsin gets a chance to score without the clock running. They've missed their last 4 free throws.
Got to convert. That's last 5 in a row. That free throw line has been a disaster.
That's what cost Michigan State late here against Wisconsin a week ago Sunday.
Got to come up with a defensive stop. They're going to try to spread the court, take some time off the clock. Here comes full court pressure. Tough to pressure this club with the ball handlers they have.
Yeah, they got 3 of them. Ingram, nice bounce pass to D. Brown.
Got to back it out. Got to back it out. Take some time off the clock. Good call by Bruce Weber.
And Luther Head will hold the ball. He's maybe the best free throw shooter they've got, so they're happy to send him to the line.
Well, you hope if he scores that you trade 2 for 3 on the other side. Told you when they were down by 8 or 9, my friend, this team would not roll over. A bunch of gutty kids from out of Champaign.
Luther Head 4 for 4 from the line tonight and almost 80% on the season. Boy, and they took a shot. Wisconsin with a great run took the lead, and the Illini came right back. Jack Ingram with those 2 threes, and then the great ball movement leading to Augustine's 2 dunks. Now, let's not forget that Wisconsin, they almost lost their home court winning streak just 9 or 10 days ago against Michigan State. We're down 8 with less than 2 minutes to go in the game. First, Sharif Chambliss hit a 3. Wisconsin back within 5. Chris Hill missed the front end. And then Paul Davis, the next possession, missed a front end. And Wisconsin took advantage of the other end. Cameron Taylor, that night the runner fell. Wisconsin up by 1. Maurice Ager the miss. And then Shannon Brown's 3 that would have tied it. rims out, and Wisconsin won. That was number 38. Tonight, trying to extend the longest home court winning streak in the nation to 39. Wisconsin only one win against number 1 ever. That was in 1962. Final minute of play, and Wisconsin's in trouble right now, down by 7.
Well, twice they've given up 70 or more, and they've lost. This will be the 3rd time. And I tell you what, I think you're going to have some kind of scoop if Wisconsin was back and win this baby.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Miracles can't happen. A lot of time with 58, but a 3-point shot's got to go down right now.
Need one here from Chambliss. Rebound Brown. He'll shoot free throws, and Illinois sprinting down the floor this close to a 20-0 record.
I really believe they got a great chance to run the table if they can beat Michigan State up at Michigan State. You take a look right there. Nobody's going to beat them in Champaign. They are not going to get beaten in Champaign. Up in Ann Arbor without Daniel Horton, I think it's going to be a tough task for Tommy Emeka. Tom Izzo and Tommy Emeka playing Thursday. Two of my favorite guys. Classy guys. Tom Izzo donated $50,000 to the Jimmy V Foundation for our President's Club. By the way, we hit the $1 million mark.
Did you? Who was the 20th? You got
George Bodenheimer, our president.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Came aboard.
Don't forget, a week from tonight, Dick and I will be at the Breslin Center, Illinois at Michigan State, and then a week after that, another Tuesday night ESPN game. Brent Musburger and Steve Lavin will have Illinois at Michigan. Number 1, looking like they're rolling on, continuing the best start of the program's history, and that's saying something. This is the 100th year of Illinois basketball.
Well, you know, the Big Ten really, to me, is a lot better this year than it's been the last year or so. It really is. You take a look at some of the best starts. Certainly that 76 team was so special in Indiana. Look at that club. 2 years. Had not Scott May gotten hurt, they probably would have been undefeated 2 years. I hope the fans give these kids a standing ovation from Wisconsin for 38 in a row. I hope all the Badger faithful that are here really appreciate what an unbelievable achievement that is. 26-0 in the Big Ten. This will be their first loss in a Big Ten on their home floor with a margin differential of 15.9. I hope these fans really appreciate that and give these kids a standing ovation.
And if Wisconsin loses, that'll give the longest home court winning streak in America to Oklahoma State. And Oklahoma State's going to have to host an Oklahoma team in a couple of weeks, an Oklahoma team that beat them last night.
Kelvin Sampson is a guy you got to consider up there with Coach of the Year on is the job he's doing down here. And Dan Patrick asked me tonight for some of the toughest places to play. Oklahoma State was certainly one of them. And the one I'm going tomorrow is pretty tough down at Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Well, the score will not be indicative of the kind of game that we saw here tonight.
Great game.
For 37, 38 minutes, it was great. And they are. Here they go.
I hope these fans give these kids a hand. Give these kids a hand for winning 38 in a row. I hope they give them a hand. Give these kids a hand out there. Give them a hand.
A standing ovation
in a row for those kids, too.
A standing ovation for Wisconsin, but the last laugh goes to the Illini, still unbeaten at 20-0.
I think it's really nice. Many of the fans are standing up. Congratulations to Illinois. Great effort. They were ready to be knocked out, but they responded in a positive way, and the celebration can begin up in Champaign. They are closer, my friends, to running the table in the regular season like St. Joe's did last year.
Mark it down. A week from tonight at the Breslin Center in East Lansing. Number 1 Illinois against Michigan State. They'll play at home against Minnesota on Saturday. If they could beat the Gophers, they'll go to East Lansing 21-0, and we can't wait to be there 1 week from tonight. Aaron Andrews is standing by with the victorious coach.
All right, Coach. Well, they've had your number here at the Kohl Center. What did it finally come down to getting a win here in Madison?
Well, we finally stopped them. They came, second half, we came out, scored, they scored, and then we had they took Wilkinson out for a short period of time, and we had 6 shutouts in a row, and then we were able to get some baskets going. We got some layups, finally made our free throws, and our kids are they're a veteran group. They kept their poise. They didn't let the crowd get to them. They did. We got down 8. We said we're fine. 3 possessions, and that's it. We just came back and battled.
What does it do for your team to get a win here tonight like this?
Well, I think it's huge. I mean, it's another mark on a resume, a top 25 team. team on their home court broke a streak. You know, for me, it's special being a Wisconsin person, and you know, but in a Big Ten championship, the big thing now we got one up. No one else is coming in here and winning, I don't think, in the league. So we're one up on everybody else.
Coach, thank you. Guys, back over to you. Congratulations.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much. #1 wins again. They're still unbeaten. Illinois 75, Wisconsin 65. Sports Center is next here on ESPN. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. For Dick Vitale, Aaron Andrews, and our entire crew, I'm Dan Shulman. Thanks for watching. Good night from Madison.